In this video, I will be trying to get the Platinum Trophy for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. For this Platinum, I will need to unlock 29 trophies. So the game starts off with this really cool cinematic, showing off all the gang. The four main characters are called Freddy, Chica, Roxy, and Monty. While performing, Freddy starts glitching and then collapses on the stage. In Freddy's room, our main character is revealed as Gregory. He is a child who's been hiding in Freddy's suit. Freddy scans Gregory to see if he's a guest at the Mega Pizzaplex. But once the scan's complete, Freddy realizes that he's an unknown guest. And then Gregory tells Freddy that this security guard called Vanessa is chasing him. Our first objective is to free Freddy from his room, so then he can help us escape the Mega Pizzaplex. Also, here is what Gregory looks like in the mirror. Anyway, to free Freddy from his room, I need to find a photo pass. However, not long after this, I found the photo pass in this present. Now with the photo pass, I'm able to free Freddy from his room. The main part of this game is that I can hide inside Freddy's body to traverse around the map without being spotted by any animatronics. While searching a maintenance tunnel, Freddy says Gregory is broken, which is really weird, and he rushes to take him to a first aid station. While hiding in the first aid station, the security guard Vanessa shows up and tells Freddy off for being out of his room. Once Vanessa leaves, I get back into Freddy, but he has low power, so he has to rush and quickly get into a recharge station. Freddy then just has to stay in a recharge station a little while to get his power back. Now we need to continue on foot without Freddy, and then we go into the bathroom and see Chica eating the trash. I knock over these paint buckets to create a distraction. Chica then leaves the bathroom to investigate the noise, and then I can sneak past her. After this, I get my first trophy for successfully sneaking past Chica. A little later, I run into Monty. He is very aggressive and chases me down this tunnel. While running away from Monty, I bump into Chica again. Now they both chase me up these stairs. Luckily for me though, there was a security office at the top of the stairs, and when I entered the security office, the door closed behind me, locking both Monty and Chica outside. After this, I finally make it to the exit of the Mega Pizzaplex. However, I don't make it in time as the exit closes. So then Freddy tells me of another way to exit the building. But first, I need to get this daycare pass. With this pass, I can enter the daycare, where I am greeted by these two large statues, which is a sneak peek of what's to come next. I proceed to this tunnel and slide down on it and land into a ball pit. When I'm in the ball pit, I get greeted by this area's mascot. This is the animatronic called Sun. He dives into the ball pit that I'm standing in and then jumps out and grabs me. He seems to be a friendly animatronic, and he just carries me over to this one spot and asks for a slumber party. He also seems to have some sort of OCD, because when I knock over this pile of things, he rushes over to tidy it all up. I use this distraction as an opportunity to collect this flashlight, and then I also collect this security badge. But by taking the security badge, it turns off the power in the daycare. And then Sun changes personality to this Moon character. This new version isn't as friendly as Sun, and is a lot more aggressive. Now my objective is to turn the power back on. To do this, I need to find and turn on these generators hidden around the soft play area, while also being hunted by Moon. While trying to find these generators, Moon manages to catch me, and I get another trophy for my first jump scare of the game.
You must be punished.
This section is definitely one of the more scary parts of this game, because Moon is constantly on your tail throughout the whole time, and making little sinister laughs. I do eventually find the last generator, and then the power turns on. As soon as the lights come on, Moon seems to disappear. So I head straight for the exit, but then Sun picks us up, and then bans us from the daycare, and calls for security. So then Chica arrives immediately. Luckily though, Freddy is fully charged and found his way to us. But then Moon decides to chase us again, so we need to quickly leave daycare and head straight for this recharge station to hide. While hiding in the recharge station, the screen starts to get all glitchy, and then a bunny character skips across the screen. I then get a trophy for completing the daycare area. After this, I need a new security badge to upgrade my clearance to level 2. But upon taking the security badge, a lockdown happens. And then I need to survive in the security office for 3 minutes. I can push these buttons though to close these doors to lock out any animatronics, however they do have a battery life, so I can only use it sparingly. Once I survive the lockdown, I get a trophy. A little bit after this, I enter this elevator and get stopped by this weird bot that tries to give me a map. But then out of nowhere, Vanessa comes and finally catches me. When Gregory finally wakes up, we realise that we're being locked in this room, and Vanessa is talking to us through these screens. But while Vanessa is talking to us, all of a sudden the bunny pops up on the screen. We find out that this bunny character is called Vanny and that they're coming to get us, so we have to quickly escape this room. I find the screwdriver in this present and then use it to unscrew this vent cover, but the screen starts to go glitchy again, indicating that Vanny is nearby. So I wait for the perfect opportunity to leave the vent and quickly run up these stairs towards the elevators. Luckily Vanny is on the other side and doesn't see me, which gives me a clear opening to run up the stairs. I make it to the elevator and successfully escape Vanny. When I leave the elevator, I get hit by the cheapest jump scare ever, which almost literally gave me a heart attack when playing the game.
Hi, please take this map.
Freddy then talks me through the Faz watch that he gave me, and he tells me he needs help, so I need to go and find him. I do eventually find Freddy, and he looks to be in bad shape. He tells me that I need to get him to parts and services, which is beneath the main stage. So I need to use this showtime disc, which activates the main stage and lets us use the elevator. I managed to just make it in time to press the button on the stage before Monty can get me. While taking the elevator down, Moon appears again, which isn't a good sign. Now that Moon is here, I need to quickly hide, so the closest thing to hide in is a recharge station. I quickly rush to it. While hiding in the recharge station, we see that Moon has somehow knocked out Freddy, and then drags his body away. After this, we find Freddy in parts and services with his head disconnected from his body, so we reattach his head by playing the Simon Says game with the wires. Once Freddy's head is reattached, he seems to be fine and back to normal. So after this, I explore the Mega Pizzaplex and get a trophy for entering this restaurant. Also, now with the screwdriver, I can enter Chica's room, and then I get another trophy for opening this present in Chica's room and getting the party pass. I then use this party pass to access Phaser Blast. In here, I get told how to play Phaser Blast by one of these robots. Now that I know the rules, I take my gun and enter the arena. The objective is basically just capture the flag. I need to defend these different areas while defeating these robots. Once I win the game, I get another trophy. After the game, I find the secret vent, which takes me above Phaser Blast. I also find the secret room with Vanny on the wall. So this seems to be where Vanny hides in the Mega Pizzaplex. Back in the Phaser Blast winner's room, I received my trophy for winning the game. This is a usable golden Phaser Blaster, which I can use to stun enemies. To achieve my next trophy, I need to create a pizza to distract Chica. I need to add all the right toppings and then bake the pizza. Now with the pizza almost made, I successfully distract Chica and she attacks this bot, which gets me my next trophy. With Chica distracted by the pizza, I turn on this trash compactor, but it gets stuck while closing. So then Gregory decides to quickly run over and push Chica, which knocks her back into the thing that was stopping the compactor from closing. She tries to lunge forward, but she's not fast enough and gets crushed by the compactor. However, this doesn't stop her, as she still lunges forward and grabs onto Gregory. But luckily for Gregory, the trash compactor wasn't finished, and it crushes her again. She then gets sent down the trash chute. However, she's still holding onto Gregory's leg, so Gregory gets pulled along with her. Now we are in the sewer, and Gregory decides to take Chica's voice box, which leads to another trophy. I then take Chica's voice box back to parts and services to upgrade Freddy with it. Once again, I attach the voice box by playing Simon Says to attach all the wires. With the voice box now installed, Freddy can use it to stun other animatronics. After this, I head to Roxy's Raceway, where I find his damaged head and I need to repair it. To do this, I need to find the dance pass. I use this dance pass to enter West Arcade. In here, I find a secret arcade game called Princess Quest 2. There are actually 3 of these secret arcade games hidden around the Mega Pizzaplex. I need to complete all 3 of these arcade games to unlock a secret ending, which gets me a trophy. However, I don't achieve this trophy until near the end, so for now I get this trophy instead for completing this arcade. After this, the power shuts down in the West Arcade. So to restore power, I need to find these 3 breakers scattered around the West Arcade. But now I'm not alone in here anymore, as the other animatronics are in here and hunting me. Also, big shout out to Monty for jump scaring me so hard that he literally crashed my game. I find the last breaker near the Princess Quest arcade game. Once I turn it on, the power in the arcade is successfully rebooted. But the DJ of the arcade reveals himself in this tunnel and then starts chasing me. However, my tiny legs are way too fast for him and I manage to outrun him with ease. So after this, I just head straight back to Roxy's Raceway. And when I go to attach the head, I realise I never repaired it in the arcade. So I had to travel all the way back to the West Arcade, avoiding all the animatronics again, just to deposit the head and repair it in this machine. Which I can confirm wasn't fun. But now with the head repaired this time, I actually get the trophy for completing the West Arcade area. Now this time it actually lets me put the head back on the body, which starts this cutscene of Gregory crashing the race car straight into Roxy's face. Roxy is then unable to move after this collision, so Gregory uses this opportunity to steal Roxy's eyes, which gets another trophy. Now back in parts and services again, I attach the Roxy's eyes to Freddy, doing the Simon Says game again. With this upgrade, Freddy can see collectibles through walls. But at this point in the game, the time is nearly 6 AM, and I'm told that the exits are now open to the Mega Pizzaplex, so I rush there as fast as I can as I'm on a time limit, and I get a trophy for getting there on time. Gregory also wants Freddy to leave with him, but Freddy can't leave the facility. But Freddy does give me the option to stay, so I decide to do that as there are more trophies to collect. So back in the Mega Pizzaplex, I find another party pass and use it to enter Monty's Golf. In Monty's Golf, I find my last security office and find the last badge to give me the highest clearance in the Mega Pizzaplex. This also gets me a trophy. Also in the security office, I received the Fazcam. I also found this arcade game inside Monty's Golf, which is not related to the Princess Quest arcade game I spoke about earlier. In this arcade game, I just play a couple of rounds of mini golf, and when I complete the final hole, I achieve a trophy for getting a total score under par. I should also mention that because I stayed behind it in the Mega Pizzaplex, this save point is now the only working save point in the whole facility, and it gets really annoying having to run all the way back here just to save. Now with the Fazcam, I try to get a trophy for taking a picture of this comedian bot. However, I get a different trophy instead, for stunning 4 staff bots with one flash of the camera. The trophy I actually was trying to get was for shooting the comedian bot with the Fazza Blaster, but I come back and get this later in the video. After this, I enter a new location called Maze Size. And in here is this small maze. In this maze is a hidden vent, however I need to complete a puzzle to find it. To complete this puzzle, you need to press all these buttons to raise different walls in the maze, until the vent gets revealed at the back of the room. Once completed, I head back in the maze and head down the vent shaft. When I exit the vent, I realise I'm above Monty Golf. And when I jump down to the catwalks below, Monty shows up. He also jumps down onto the catwalk, and then he lowers his sunglasses and starts giving me the eyes, like he's checking me out. I clearly mustn't be his type though, as he starts chasing me around all the catwalks. So I jump on these toy cannons and fill this bucket up with a bunch of balls. Once the bucket is full, I press this button, which tips the bucket on top of Monty, and it's too heavy for him to keep a hold of. So then he falls from the catwalk and gets split into 2 on the way down. Now I can collect the claws from Monty's body, which gets me another trophy. After this, I also get the trophy for decommissioning all the animatronics. So now I go back to parts and services and upgrade Freddy with the Monty claws. With these claws, Freddy can open certain gates. At this point in the game, I now just need to clean up some of the trophies, so I go back to the comedy bot and get the trophy I was trying to get earlier. I get another trophy for smashing 10 sets of plates. I also go to this secret area under Roxy's Raceway. This secret elevator is only accessible using both Monty's and Chica's upgrades. If I go down this elevator, it leads to a secret ending, however I only need to go in the elevator to get a trophy. I then get a trophy for collecting all the upgrades. Also, this is my favourite room in the whole of the Mega Pizzaplex. For no reason in particular, now I need to find a new secret area, which can only be opened by taking pictures of multiple cutouts around the Mega Pizzaplex. Once I've took all the photos I need, this poster will open to reveal the door behind it. I can find this hidden room through this little tunnel. In this room I find my last present in the game, which gets me another trophy. In here is also another arcade game, which again is different from the Princess Quest I mentioned earlier. To get the trophy in this game, I just have to keep on playing until I see this weird blue spark within one of the logs, and then when I see it, I just have to fly into it, which glitches out the game and gets me the trophy. After this I get another trophy for finding all the collectible messages. Now it's time for me to go to the exit of the Mega Pizzaplex and choose the Vanny ending. For getting this ending, I get a trophy immediately. I don't think this is a good ending though, because Freddy literally gets chucked off this bridge and then gets disassembled by all the bots around him. But in this ending though, Gregory can sneak into Vanny's room and play the final Princess Quest arcade game. At the end of this arcade game, we unlock this big door, which symbolises that we freed Vanessa, who was Vanny by the way, from the alter ego who was controlling her. For getting this ending, I receive a trophy. I also get the trophy for not using a single hiding spot throughout the whole game. And then finally, I unlock the Platinum Trophy. I enjoyed my time with this game, however the end of the game was a bit of a grind, due to that one save point that was only usable after the exit was open. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then please consider subscribing to be notified for my next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see yous in the next one. Goodbye.
99.